Okay, welcome to this part 2. It has been a very long video, I guess. So, here what I will do once we click on the play, we would like to play the video and also detect the faces and blur them. Double click on this play, and before doing that, the easiest thing is I want to work with this track bar because it's simpler. The only thing that we need to change is track bar is lbl current frame dot text. We want to just change the text track bar dot value. Okay, since it is an integer, so we can convert it into dot to string. And then what can we do here is double click on this play button, and once we play, what we need to do, let's see. Let me put a try catch block and a message box ex.message. Okay, and since it is the video is basically, it has many frames and we need to display them, and we need a while loop to display it, but it will create problems because we are in this form is what we call is in a user interface thread, and when we are working inside a loop, we will not be able to update this user interface. So I will be using async and await methods. Somehow, before adding them, what we need to do, since I have only one button, I can use play and a pause for the same button using the same button. So what I will say, if my button one dot text equals, let's say, play, then we will be working here. So it means that we are just going to play, else it means that we are in a pause state and we can display a text like text is equal to play. So when we are in pause, we want to play, and when we are play, we want to pause, and is playing is equal to false. And one more thing that I will do is here is if video capture dot is not equal to null, and then I can also say video capture dot pause. We don't need to process it once it is paused. Okay, here, similar to the other one, what we will do, we need a mate frame object to read the frames from the video, and we will also do button dot text. So once it is playing, the text that should be displayed is the pause text. Okay, and is playing should be true because this is what I need while running the loop. And then I need a while loop until my is playing equals true. Of course, it will be true always because I'm just setting it. And track bar dot value is less than total frames, or track bars maximum value, current maximum value, it doesn't matter. And then we will be doing the same thing. What I will do is, instead of writing it like this, I can copy paste. Okay, so if video capture dot set property, so whichever we want to read is emgu dot position of the frame that we want to read is whatever my track bar is giving the value. Okay, this is the value that I want to read, and once it is true, it means it is reading it. Then we can do video capture dot read and put the value or the readit frame into my frame object. And one thing I will do here, I just keep the space here. I will show you current label dot text is equal to Craig bar 1 dot value, whatever, to string. And if Craig bar dot value plus, if you remember, there was a skip also. So skip is also important. Skip means if you want to skip some frames, if it is less than or equal to Craig bar dot maximum, then we can say Craig bar dot value is equal to whatever the Craig bar dot value is, plus we want to add the skip. So we will skip forward. Else we can do something like Craig bar dot value is equal to Craig bar 1 dot maximum. So we reach the maximum, so it will create a problem for us. And once we read the frame, we can display it right here, but before that we need to process it. So I want to read the image, and from the images we want to identify the faces, and we will blur them, and then we will show somewhere here in a picture box after that. So somewhere here, and then it is better to write a separate method instead of writing or concentrating all the code in one place. So for that, so let me create that method somewhere here, for example, and we can call it it is a private, and it will be returning us an image, and this image will be of type like bgr and in bytes, and we call it process frame, and it is expecting a mate object, and we call it frame. Okay, so let me write this try catch and exception. Since I'm using it from within the object, throw new exception, that's why I'm going to throw it in exception ex.message. Okay, and since we will be calling from here, and this exception can be handled in the calling method. Okay, so the first thing that I will do is EmguRGB is equal to frame.toImage. So I will convert it into an image. Let's say bgr, comma byte. Okay, and also we need a gray image, so I need to convert it into a gray. Img gray, I call it Img bgr, but it's not RGB, it's, I write it wrong, it's a bgr, so name should be like not an RGB, bgr. So Img bgr dot convert, okay, gray comma bytes. Okay, and the variable faces, we can detect the faces using the classifier object that we have created. So classifier dot detect multiscale, and here it is expecting a gray image, so I'm just giving my gray image, and there are default many parameters. I'm just keeping those parameters as it is. And now in the frame we can have multiple faces also. So this one is this faces is basically an array of rectangles, and I just want to blur those rectangles or the areas within those rectangles. So essentially I need a for loop, so you'll be using for, maybe the for each is the best option, for each variable rect in my faces, whatever face rectangles I have, the first thing I will do is bgr dot set its ROI, region of interest, to be same as my rectangle, so that I will have a very small image equal to the size of this rectangle. Now I can do anything with it. For example, since I need to blur it, EmguRGB dot underscore smooth, it means I am applying on this object itself, so it is in place or in memory changing. Let's say I do a big blurring using some 25, for example, and then I'm doing EmguBGR dot ROI. So once I do the blurring, I don't need this ROI, so I can remove that BGR empty. Okay, and that's it. So once I go through all the rectangles, select that area, make the image equal to that size, do whatever you want inside that face area, and then I remove it. Now I want to, it means I processed all or blurred all my faces, and now I can return my EmguBGR. That's it. So let's see the results, and then accordingly we can do something more. So this process imaging, I didn't call it from anywhere. So the most suitable place that I will be calling is somewhere here. So I can say picture box dot image. I want to display that every frame after processing, process frame. And inside that frame, I will be passing my frame mate object, and that's it. And since this is cannot convert, so I can do dot as bitmap. Okay, that's it. So we receive the bit frame and we process it. In this process, actually we are doing the blurring. So we use the cascade to detect the faces, and every face has been blurred by setting its ROI and then using the Gaussian smoothing, and then we are displaying it in the picture box. And these are just cosmetics that we are updating the current value of track bar and the frame current playing frame number. So let's run it and see. So go to the video, blur faces. I just want to select one video, for example. This is a very short video, and when I click on play, one more thing that I totally forgot. It is not going to update it, or it is not going to do anything. Even I cannot stop it. So that is the main problem, that when we do the synchronous programming, until and unless my loop is not finishing, so this is inside this loop right now, so I cannot do anything. I totally forgot to mention it. Okay, one most important thing is now to make it asynchronous. What I need to do is, the simplest thing is async, and I want to run this in an asynchronous manner, this for loop, and I want to run it in an asynchronous manner, so that's why I put it. And but it is also expecting one more, its partner is await. So I'm going to put intentionally a delay of 1 millisecond so that our interface will be updated. So I'm using this await task dot delay. That's 1 millisecond. That's enough for us. Now let's run this button click event will run in an asynchronous fashion, so it will not have any problem in displaying our user interface. Okay, let me select a video. This is a short video, and now if I click on play, so you can see there's a pause, and somehow it detected these faces and it has blurred them, but it is unable to detect the face. So if the face is not detected, then of course it will not be able to blur. There is some blur effect. Maybe we can increase the blurring effect also. Let's say instead of 25, if I do it 50, will it do? Or otherwise we can also do something else there. If we want to totally black out that area, or if you want to do something else, we can also do, for example, okay, kernel size, its size is greater than that. So what I will do here, instead of smoothing, one more option that we can do is img.bgr.set value to maybe, for example, new bgr 0, 0, 0. So I just want to blank it out, whatever we have, instead of blurring, whatever you want. Maybe, for example, I have shown you the blur. Now maybe let's set it to totally a black background. Okay, now if I play it, so you can see it is totally blacked it out, whatever you want, whether you are comfortable. Now when I say pause, it is stopping, and then now you can see whichever frame number is reading. If I play it, so it will start from there. So it's skipping 5 5, so it is reading every fifth frame. Okay, maybe let's load another video. For example, maybe Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University. It is our university's introductory video, so let's see. And you can see the hard cascade detected wrong faces. So it's not the fault of us. Maybe we can improve it. So you can see that, however, how many faces we have, since the size is bigger, so that's why it's not able to smoothly show it. And you can see it has detected many faces. And let me play another video like this one. It is doing something. Maybe load another video, and for example this video. So you can see that it has detected the face, and it has blurred it, and these are the wrong faces that have been displayed. Okay, or some of the videos like this one. So let's play it. No, it's too big. I mean, the video is too much. Let me restart it. Video, and let's open this video. So you can see that there are two people, and it is able to detect their faces. Or if we run somewhere here, so you can see that it is quite easily detecting. If the faces are detectable, then it can easily detect the faces, and we can do whatever we want. It's up to you, whether you want to blur it, or you want to replace it with something. For example, I totally blacked it out by setting the values. So this is how we can read a video, and then we try to blur whatever the faces we have detected. Of course, its accuracy depends on the cascade classifier, because it will give us the detected faces, and whatever the faces, if it misses faces or if it gives us extra faces, then of course we will not be able to do it. Maybe we can look for any other better classifier that gives us better results. I hope it will be useful for you to learn something more about in general, the image processing, and also how we can implement them in .NET using C# and the Windows Forms application. And hope to see you.